your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Whether you're booking a trip to Lincoln for a football game or a volleyball weekend, the Scarlet Hotel at Innovation Campus is the place for you. The Scarlet Hotel is special on many levels, from the delicious Well and Good restaurant on the main floor to the coolest rooftop patio bar in Lincoln, the Barred Owl, on the top floor of the hotel with great views of the city and one of the coolest drink menus. Book your stay or book a staycation today at scarlethotelnebraska.com.
Power combo BOGO? Huh?
Yes, if you purchase an air conditioner, you receive a furnace completely free. At John Henry's, our professionals want to ensure you are comfortable in your home all year long, no matter what Nebraska has to throw at us. Call today to schedule your free estimate and learn more about the free furnace waiting for you. Give John Henry's a call today.
435-5555, John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. This is the Happy Hour.
You guys want the Happy Hour?
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America.
Yeah, I'll come for a couple.
Here are your hosts, Nick Sainert.
I want to know what it's like to commit a crime without having to spend time in jail.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
C is for chunk.
Brought to you by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. This is the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. For all the folks asking, where's the radio?
Where's the radio at?
FM signal just down right now. Internet issues.
Yeah, it's a little bit. We're working on it.
They were buckling up for the winter, and the winter hasn't come. I don't know if that's not.
I have no idea what the issue is. I just know that there's an issue, and we are working on it, and it will be back up as soon as possible.
So if you're listening to us, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks for finding the app. Thanks for finding the Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, or Allo Channel 951 live video stream. Shout out to Sartor Heyman Jewelers for their support of that. 402-464-5685, the Honda Lincoln Hotline, and the Sartor Heyman text line are both open for you guys the entire show today. I guess this is a good time to just remind you guys, hey, listen, if you are usually an FM listener, you might as well, the FM, or if you are an FM listener, then download the app, 93.7 The Ticket.
It's free.
It is free. The website, theticketfm.com, is also free and available for you.
No money.
No money.
Except for a computer or a phone and maybe some internet.
The outlet for it.
For us to give you the stuff is free.
Yeah, exactly. So, and we like free. Eric says something mean on the text line. Eric, not chill. 402-464-5685. The Honda Lincoln Hotline.
Wow.
And the Sartor Heyman text line. Eric just likes to get us riled up, Rico. And
swear up, Eric.
We can't let it get to us anymore.
Meet me at PBA tonight.
Rico is going to be at Pinnacle Bank Arena.
I'll be there as the women take on Alcorn State.
I'm still debating.
I'll be there.
It might be like just like a first half type of thing.
Okay.
Which is not probably the best thing to do. But nonetheless.
They're gonna win big.
Nebraska women's basketball plays Alcorn State tonight. Natalie Potts has been big for Nebraska.
The reigning current Big Ten Freshman of the Week.
Yes, the reigning current Big Ten Freshman of the Week.
Some people have issues with
it's just the reigning. It's just the reigning.
Some people have word usage problems where, like, if you say raining or defending or something, like, some people have issues with words like that. So
It's a good thing the FM listeners didn't hear that.
I wasn't sure which one to use, so I used them both.
The reigning Big Ten Freshman of the Week, Natalie Potts.
Current defending,
just freshman
best
of the week.
The best freshman of last week in the Big Ten.
Nonetheless, she's helping Nebraska out quite a bit. Obviously, you have the normal folks out there, the Jazz Shelleys, the Alexis Markowskis.
That's rude.
Maddie Kroll is still banged up, unsure her situation, her status going forward, just because of an injury and stuff. So we'll. I mean, tonight's another opportunity for them to. I mean, they got a big win on the road in Laramie last Friday.
7,220 feet in the air.
That's right.
Well,
and
above sea level.
Highest
court in the land.
Highest altitude in the entire country. Yes.
Highest court in the land.
So
high out there in Laramie.
The show always gets off to a rocky start.
I liked the shorts that they were wearing. The Wyoming cowgirls.
Okay. Yep.
Because they had mountains along the trim.
Okay.
They were awesome.
This show always gets off to a rocky start. I don't know what the deal has been like the last week. It's been off to a rocky start. And then we'll usually hit our groove.
Yeah. You don't think we're in a groove right now?
We're just kind of all over the place. I'm going to be honest with you there. So Nebraska plays Alcorn State tonight. 7 p.m. is the tip. We will have a full hour for you guys coming up in the 1 o'clock hour. We're going to dive into Husker basketball as they got a 14-point victory over the Rider Bronx last night at Pinnacle Bank Arena.
I thought it was Broncos. It is not.
It is not. It is the Bronx. The Rider Bronx, they beaten Immaculata, as we talked about yesterday. But then they also have lost to now top 5 Marquette and then now Nebraska. Nebraska improves to 3-0 on the season. It was a little
sketchy in the beginning.
Ugly the entire game. I mean, in all honesty, it was not good. So I definitely want to talk about that. Nebraska kind of got the benefit of a guy for the Rider Bronx, number 5, James. Yeah, he played 19 minutes, had 5 fouls. He picked up his 4th, did not like the call, and ended up getting teed up for his 5th. He was the pick to win the Player of the Year in Rider's conference. And so
MAAC.
Yeah, so Rider lost, I mean, they're frankly their best player with 12 minutes to go in the game, which then, I mean, just spurted Nebraska across the finish line. Rider then went on like a 7 or 8 minute scoring drought. Nebraska didn't necessarily score a lot during that time either. They just put the ball in the bucket a couple of times.
16-0 run.
So Nebraska got helped out there. They end up winning by 14, 64-50 over the Rider Bronx. So I definitely want to go through some of the box scores because a guy like Rink Mast continues to show through 3 games, the Dunking Dutchman. Yeah, he continues to show how valuable he's going to be to this Nebraska basketball team. Maybe not so much in the offensive game, but just having the size down low. He showed that he's going to be pretty valuable to this Husker roster going forward.
He has proven to be a pretty good passer. Not the Derek Walker. He's going to run the offense, but he can pass out of the post. And so the shot. Chef's kiss.
Yeah, there was a couple. Nebraska was pretty stagnant at the start of the game last night. Casey was shooting up everything in the moon.
He was forcing.
And also, I turned to Austin at one point in the second half and was like, I just wonder how much of the struggles offensively for Casey Tominaga was conditioning. Because I mean, obviously, using your legs to shoot, you wonder. Casey hadn't fully practiced, I think Fred Hoiberg said, in a couple of months. And so going from obviously, full go to then doing, you're running on or your leg workouts on a bike on the side, or whether it's on a zero gravity treadmill or a 1-on-0 type of workout, I mean, it's dramatically different from game shape. So Casey Tominaga, though, goes 3 of 13 from the field last night. Scores just 9 points in 22 minutes of action. So I don't think there's a whole lot of concern around Casey Tominaga, but we'll dive deep into that. Marcus Satterfield spoke to the media earlier today as well. Tony White is a finalist for the Broyles Award. Rico and I didn't necessarily get to talk about Jimbo Fisher yesterday in depth.
Yeah, he has money.
A lot of it, he's going to get paid $19.1 million over the next 60 days. How much does that break down to per day for the next 2 months?
Would you rather have all the money and no job, or all the job and no money?
Everybody knows that answer. Everybody knows that answer. Tell me which one you want me to go out of. And then also back to college basketball, there's a really, really good not Sunday. There's a really, really good slate of college basketball games tonight. And so the Gavitt tip-off games are going on. There's a really good game going up on in Omaha with the Iowa Hawkeyes and the Creighton Blue Jays. So we'll kind of dive into all that and more as we get going with the 1 o'clock hour. Once again, if you are joining us, you have found your way over to whether it's the Starter Heyman Jewelers live video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, or Allo channel 951, whether it's the mobile app. You can search your App Store or Google Play Store, 93.7 The Ticket to download that, or on the website, theticketfm.com. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us wherever you may be. Make sure you tell your friends as well if they're being like, hey, where's the ticket? You know they listen to the ticket. Make sure they know that they just need to download the app or go onto the stream to find our content. Let's take our break. When we come back, we full go into the 1 o'clock hour right here on the happy hour, 93.7 The Ticket.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day long wherever you are. More of the happy hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today. If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and the holiday season is upon us, and wow, do we have some really awesome incentives to share with you. Right now at Koppel, we're offering 0.9% interest rates or $6,000 off select Chevrolet and GMC models. Yes, you heard right, 0.9% or $6,000 off select new models. In addition, Costco customers can get special incentives for this entire month. So please take that short money-saving drive down 144th Street or check us out at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All offers include trade-in bonus with approved credit.
When it comes to tackling your fall projects, having the right equipment can make a huge difference. At Sunbelt Rentals, they have an extensive line of tools and equipment to help complete any job. From lawn and landscape equipment to hand tools, pressure washers, portable generators for you tailgaters, and much more. Sunbelt Rentals makes it easy to get what you need when you need it. Drop in to see the experts at 5450 Alvo Road in Lincoln, or visit sunbeltrentals.com today to learn how Sunbelt Rentals can make it happen for you. Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that can surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group are Berkshire Hathaway's home service ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Is your backyard ready for fun with friends and family this fall? GE Landscape Supply has pavers and boulders, which are a great accent for any landscaping project. And you can find them at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere, nearby or far away. Stop by at 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Go to gelandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Join Planet Fitness now and get the PF Black Card for only $24.99 a month. You'll enjoy an upgraded experience with tons of perks.
Like access to more than 2,000 locations worldwide?
Yep.
And massage chairs?
Yes.
Can I bring a friend every time?
Sure.
Can my friend be a horse?
Nay. Sorry. Get the PF Black Card and feel fit-tacular. Only $24.99 a month. Our most popular membership, the PF Black Card, is your ticket to getting all the perks. Join today. See Club for details.
It takes a great game plan to win a football game each week, and right now, it's time to plan a trip to get a new car at Mullen Motors. Just like on the football field, there's a wall of defense on the way to Mullen Motors. 48th Street is under construction from Layton all the way to Cornhusker Highway. But the lot at Mullen Motors is full of tons of great vehicles to drive home this fall for the ultimate touchdown. Mullen Motors, still open through road construction at 48th and Walker.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Ironhide Construction is hiring. They're looking for hardworking, self-motivated individuals who are team players. Ironhide Construction has openings for an experienced project manager, estimator, apprentice, skilled laborer, and erector or installer. They will train the right people and make sure you understand the position and requirements. At Ironhide Construction, it's own it, be honest, and do it right. Apply today and learn more about their other benefits at ironhideconstruction.com, where they're committed to you every step of the way.
If you're not going to Memorial Stadium for a home game and don't have any travel plans for away games, there's a great place in Omaha to catch the action, the Inner Rail Food Hall. There's plenty of space. The Backstretch Bar has amazing game specials on game days. $15 Blue Moon and Bud Light pitchers, $6 margaritas, and $6 Moscow mules. And if you're hungry, take in some of their great options from their game day pizza specials. Do football game day right in the Inner Rail Food Hall in Exarban Village in Omaha.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Whether you're booking a trip to Lincoln for a football game or a volleyball weekend, the Scarlet Hotel at Innovation Campus is the place for you. The Scarlet Hotel is special on many levels, from the delicious Well and Good restaurant on the main floor to the coolest rooftop patio bar in Lincoln, the Barred Owl, on the top floor of the hotel with great views of the city and one of the coolest drink menus. Book your stay or book a staycation today at scarlethotelnebraska.com.
School taught you all about the four seasons, spring, summer, and so on. And then there's the way we really tell what time of year it is in sports seasons. Football season, baseball season, or off season. But what's the chocolate season? Well, it's now. And now, and now, and always. Whether you're looking for a caffeinated pick-me-up on the way to work, a little snack on the way home, or you need that perfect gift that's sure to be appreciated, it's time for the chocolate season. 40th and Old Cheney, or order ahead at thechocolatseason.com.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Singer.
Edmund, tell me that God.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
No.
Sponsored by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back. The 1 o'clock hour. Here we are on the happy hour, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. So we saw this during the break, Rico. Zach Arnett, the Mississippi State head coach, former Mississippi State head coach, got fired on Monday. Both coaches that were a member of the Texas A&M and Mississippi State game on Saturday are no longer with the school.
I'm dizzy now.
You had Texas A&M's head coach Jimbo Fisher get fired and a $79.6 million buyout go along with him. And then on the other side, you had first-year head coach Zach Arnett get fired as well. Arnett, as wild as it is to say, I mean, he took over for the late Mike Leach, right? And in his first year, you felt like, okay, Zach Arnett he was on Mike Leach's staff. He might have some grace, right? He might have a longer runway than he does.
Mm-hmm.
But Zach Arnett, his buyout is $72 million cheaper than Jimbo Fisher's. His Zach Arnett's buyout is going to just be $4 million for Mississippi State. If they choose to pay all that, it sounds like there might be some ways around that. So they might not even have to pay Zach Arnett the full $4 million. Mississippi State is also just 4-6 this season. They are 4-6 overall. However, they were 3-0 after the non-conference slate in the first year of head coach Zach Arnett. They were, like I said, 3-0 after non-con, and now have gone 1-6 in the SEC, which makes it a 4-6 overall record for Mississippi State. So a lot of promise at the start, not a lot of follow through there. Athletic director Zach Selman said, as part of my thorough and continued evaluation, I have determined that a change in leadership is necessary
So many Zachs.
to move our football program forward and position it for the highest level of success. It's really fascinating.
He didn't even get a full year.
He didn't get a full year. He got 10 games. It's 11 games. Excuse me.
He coached the bowl game, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did coach the bowl game. It's fascinating to see the way SEC schools are somewhat positioning. I mean, this is just a thing for college football, positioning themselves for the new landscape of college football going forward, because you have obviously Texas A&M making a new decision or making a new, deciding on a new coach. And then now Zach Arnett, you have, some group of 5 schools also who may be trying to sneak their way into a Power 5 conference, trying to make a decision.
Sneaky.
But this all goes back to, once again, Zach Arnett gets fired. Well,
this all goes back to Scott Frost.
Rico and I, during the break, saw a tweet.
I'm trying to find out if it's fake or not.
I have found out it's real.
Okay, because there were a bunch of places saying that it was fake and then some saying that it was real, but I saw enough.
He has now turned it off.
Yeah.
So Jamie Chadwell, you might remember the name from Coastal Carolina.
The Chanticleers.
Jamie Chadwell then moves and takes Hugh Freeze's old job with the Liberty Flames.
As Liberty Hugh Freeze goes to Ole Miss.
Yes. Liberty is, I believe, still undefeated.
I think they might have one loss.
Liberty Flames football.
Let's find out. I'm ready to be wrong.
I believe you're wrong. Liberty Flames football, they are 10-0.
Okay.
So Liberty's 10-0 on the year. Jacksonville State, by the way, 7-3. Just on the Jacksonville State update.
Shout out to Logan Smothers.
So Hugh Freeze goes to Ole Miss, and Jamie Chadwell goes to Liberty. Well, Liberty coach Jamie Chadwell sends a tweet from Starkville, Mississippi,
talking about how he's going to be on a radio show or something for the Liberty Flames, something or another. They're doing it on Wednesday, and he said, "See you all Wednesday." And the location said Starkville, Mississippi.
There you go.
He has since deleted said tweet, retweeted or resent it as again, "See you all next Wednesday." But the location just says Earth.
Yep. No location.
No location.
No location.
Oh, Jamie.
So Jamie Chadwell, I guess, is now connected to Mississippi State's
what you doing in Starkville, job. Buddy?
There you go. It is going to be, I mean, Dan Lanning comes out yesterday and says, "I'm not leaving Oregon for Texas A&M." Not sure why you ever would.
Because Texas A&M has more money.
I get that you're going to the SEC, but there's a lot of he's doing a lot of good things.
I mean,
with the Oregon Ducks.
You're going to the Big Ten.
Go to the Big Ten.
Yeah.
So I know Kalen DeBoer is also being rumored to have conversations with Texas A&M. You have other guys that are sometimes on the outside looking in. Mike Elko from Duke, who was formerly the defensive coordinator at Texas A&M previous years. So, I mean, you have a couple options there, but we're heavily into carousel season. San Diego State is one that Nebraska fans somewhat need to watch. You know, Tony White was there for 9 years, from 2009 to 2017.
He is now on the Broyles Ward watch list, which take his name off of there. Don't put his name on there. Tony White shouldn't win that award.
Okay.
This is not taking down anything that he's done this season. I just don't want people to know about Tony White.
Okay, sounds good. So then you have Tony White, as Rico mentioned, but then also the Wisconsin offensive coordinator, Ryan Grubbs, I believe is his name, is also connected to that San Diego State head coaching vacancy once Brady Hoke retires at the end of this season. All right.
San Diego State seems like a team that would want a more offensive-minded head coach. That seems like something that the Aztecs would want.
Sounds good. 402-464-5685. The Honda of Lincoln hotline and the Starter Heyman text line are both open for you guys the rest of the way here, as well as the Starter Heyman Jewelers live video stream. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Allo Channel 951 are at your disposal. Just a brief note as we go forward here. On Friday night, you have Nebraska soccer going up against Tennessee. Just to round out before we go fully into basketball in the next segment, you have Nebraska women's soccer going up against Tennessee. Tennessee was able to upset Xavier in the first round and eventually move on. If Xavier would have beaten Tennessee, Nebraska would have had to travel and played the second and potentially the third round on the road because they were not the higher seed anymore. But now,
that was after somebody else lost also.
Thanks to an upset here.
There was another one. I think UCLA lost also because if Xavier would have beat Tennessee, Nebraska would have had to go on the road to face Xavier. If UCLA would have won and kept going, Nebraska would have had to go on the road to face UCLA. But now on their side of the bracket in that certain area, they are now the highest ranking seed. So if they beat Tennessee, they will host the third round as well. So
that's the thing. So
was it UCLA?
Yeah. UC Irvine beat number 1 UCLA.
Yeah.
1-0.
Yeah.
1-0.
It was like I remember seeing some tweets about it. Somebody was watching it, and it was like the 87th minute, and it was still 0-0, and it would have had to go to a shootout, and UC Irvine scores a really late goal. Obviously, it was the 87th minute, so anything after that's going to be late anyway.
Yeah.
So scored a really late goal and went on to beat UCLA. So 2 upsets.
That's incredible.
On Nebraska's side of the bracket means that Nebraska gets to host, potentially, if they could take care of the Volunteers, 2 more games at Hibner Stadium.
So, Tennessee beats Xavier in double overtime. 1-0 against the Xavier Musketeers. Tennessee now travels to Lincoln. On the other side, as Rico and I were talking about, UC Irvine, who defeated number 1 seed UCLA, they face off against 8th seeded Gonzaga. And so those two teams will face each other at 3:30 p.m. on Friday at Hibner Stadium for the winner, obviously going up onto the third round, which is Sunday, and that game is at 1 p.m. Nebraska faces off against the Volunteers at 7 p.m. on Friday night. There's also a volleyball game going on Friday night against Michigan at 7 p.m.
Yes.
So traffic over there by the Bob Devaney and by Hibner going to be pretty heavy, so plan accordingly if you're going to one or the other. There was a pretty good crowd that came out to the Nebraska-South Dakota State match last Friday night, and so
Nebraska
you would
put all of
expect
their offensive power on display.
Yeah, 5-2 victory over the Jackrabbits. The other Big Ten teams, Iowa faces Georgia on Friday. Penn State, who's the number 2 seed, faces Santa Clara on Friday. In the top portion of the bracket, Wisconsin, who is a 4 seed, faces off against number 5 seed Texas. How about this? Throughout the other 3 parts of the bracket, all number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4 seeds all advanced to the next round of competition. Nebraska's bracket is the only bracket where the number 1 seed fell, the number 4 seed fell as well.
Crazy how things work out.
So Nebraska, there's an opportunity as they look ahead. The team that they'll have to watch for if they're able to, win the next 2 matches is probably more than likely Stanford or Brown. Stanford is a 2 seed. Brown is the 3 seed.
I bet it's Stanford.
Imagine Nebraska having to go to Brown to face off against.
Where is Brown University? It's East Coast. Like, it's one of those, like, Pennsylvania.
It is East Coast.
New York.
It's an Ivy League research university.
Of course it is.
In Providence, Rhode Island.
Wasn't going to guess that.
Brown. Should we see if you always did the mascot thing.
Oh, there's no way. I have no idea. The Brown Bears?
Yep.
Oh, cool.
The Brown Bears.
That's ridiculous. They're Brown Bears. Oh,
just not very creative. The
They're
Brown
like
Bears.
Brown Bears.
There it is. All right, let's take our break.
Yeah, that's Ivy League education.
There you go. There's the Ivy League research. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll talk Nebraska and Ryder as the men's basketball team improved to 3-0. They'll face Stony Brook tomorrow night on a quick turnaround, and then Oregon State on Saturday. We'll preview those matches and tell you about last night's match between the Ryder Broncs and the Nebraska Cornhuskers. When we come back, you're listening to the Happy Hour on 93.7 The Ticket.
Follow Nick and Enrique on Twitter at Nick_Sainert and at Radio Rico AC. More of Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Whether you're booking a trip to Lincoln for a football game or a volleyball weekend, the Scarlet Hotel at Innovation Campus is the place for you. The Scarlet Hotel is special on many levels, from the delicious Well and Good restaurant on the main floor to the coolest rooftop patio bar in Lincoln, the Barred Owl, on the top floor of the hotel with great views of the city and one of the coolest drink menus. Book your stay or book a staycation today at scarlethotelnebraska.com.
Ironhide Construction is hiring. They're looking for hardworking, self-motivated individuals who are team players. Ironhide Construction has openings for an experienced project manager, estimator, apprentice, skilled laborer, and erector or installer. They will train the right people and make sure you understand the position and requirements. At Ironhide Construction, it's own it, be honest, and do it right. Apply today and learn more about their other benefits at ironhideconstruction.com, where they're committed to you every step of the way.
School taught you all about the 4 seasons, spring, summer, and so on. And then there's the way we really tell what time of year it is in sports seasons. Football season, baseball season, or off season. But what's the chocolate season? Well, it's now. And now, and now, and always. Whether you're looking for a caffeinated pick-me-up on the way to work, a little snack on the way home, or you need the perfect gift that's sure to be appreciated, it's time for the chocolate season. 40th and Old Cheney, or order ahead at thechocolateseason.com.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Is your backyard ready for fun with friends and family this fall? GE Landscape Supply has pavers and boulders, which are a great accent for any landscaping project. And you can find them at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. And don't forget,
They deliver anywhere, nearby or far away. Stop by at 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Go to gelandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive. Always honest answers.
Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness specialize in getting rid of people's pain quickly and permanently. For 31 years, they've been extremely successful with advanced techniques in pain relief using spinal adjustments and decompression, detoxification, diet and lifestyle modification, and more. They are fully equipped to handle the most seasonal athlete, weekend warrior, car accidents, strains, sprains, and more. Is there anywhere you're experiencing pain on your body, or are you fighting decreased energy and depression? Consult Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness first at 402-476-8619.
The most anticipated rock holiday tradition returns. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, live in concert. November 16th, Pinnacle Bank Arena. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. A legendary blend of rock, classical, and holiday music for the entire family. Don't miss Trans-Siberian Orchestra, live in concert. The Ghosts of Christmas Eve.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and the holiday season is upon us. And wow, do we have some really awesome incentives to share with you. Right now at Koppel, we're offering 0.9% interest rates or $6,000 off select Chevrolet and GMC models. Yes, you heard right, 0.9% or $6,000 off select new models. In addition, Costco customers can get special incentives for this entire month. So please take that short money-saving drive down 144th Street or check us out at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All offers include trade-in bonus with approved credit.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's home service ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert.
A gorilla bear versus polar bear? A what bear versus a what bear?
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
A gorilla bear versus a polar bear.
One more time.
Gorilla versus a polar bear.
Sponsored by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If there's one rejoin I could cancel forever and wipe from the face of this earth, that would be the one.
Never.
I think back to my younger days, and I go, what in the world was I saying? Probably say that about a lot of things. 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline and the Starter Heyman text line. Both open for you guys the rest of the way here. We got about 30 minutes or so left in the show. We'll get to Austin and Strick in about 10-15 minutes around there. First, let's talk Nebraska men's basketball, huh? Because
why not?
Nebraska men's basketball improves to 3-0 with a 64-50 victory against the Ryder Bronx last night. Ryder came in 1-1. They beat Immaculata in the first game. They lost. They got the doors blown off by Marquette prior to Nebraska. And
preseason favorites in the MAAC.
They were preseason favorites in the MAAC. They also had the preseason player of the year on their roster as well, and that is Number 5, Mervyn James. Mervyn fouled out with 12 minutes and change left in the second half. And so he picked up his 4th foul and ended up then getting called for a technical foul, which then gave him his 5th personal, and he was fouled out for the rest of the game. That was a big turning point in the game last night with about 12 minutes left in the game. Nebraska, neither team, I should say, ended the game really shooting all that well from the floor. Nebraska ended 1 of 9, but they were able to get to the free throw line at a decent clip towards the tail end of last night. Ryder finished the game 1 of 14, and it's not that Nebraska was necessarily fouling. Nebraska turned it over 11 times last night.
It was pretty sloppy.
It was not a very good showing by Nebraska's offense, especially.
I mean, their defense was okay, but even then, like, Ryder was missing a lot of shots that were just open. It's not like Nebraska was in their face every time.
Well, and it was interesting. So Ryder's defense was, Austin characterized it perfectly last night when he and I were sitting next to each other. It's just a group of annoying guys that you never want to play in or against at the Y.
Just really pesky.
Yeah, just annoying. They're just always around.
Always there. They're not going to overpower you. They're not going to outspeed. They're just always there. And their hands, they had very active hands.
Well, that's the thing, is they weren't super tall. They were pretty long, Ryder was, the Bronx. And that posed some issues for Nebraska, right? Obviously, this was probably the toughest test through a very, very short and small sample size.
And they were playing pretty physical, which is why they had so many fouls, but they were getting kind of physical with Nebraska.
Yeah, Ryder last night committed 18 fouls. Nebraska, the entire game just finished, committed 9. When you look at the Nebraska just scores in the boxes, they shoot 33% from the field and 28% from beyond the 3-point line. A guy like Bryce Williams, Nebraska, he started out really slow at Charlotte last year, but really finished the season really strong last year at Charlotte. But now this year, looking at Bryce Williams, he's a guy in the starting lineup. He goes 1 of 6 from the field last night, 1 of 3 from beyond the arc. Adds 8 rebounds to his total and shoots 4 of 5 from the free throw line. Finishes with 7 points, 8 boards, and 3 assists. Just 1 turnover for Bryce Williams. Jamarcus Lawrence struggled to shoot the rock last night. 0 for 5 from the field for the sophomore guard. Just 3 rebounds. Played 24 minutes for Nebraska. Let's talk, though, about one of the guys down low, and that is Rink Mass. Rink Mass, here's the deal. In 28 minutes of play, he did not shoot very well. He shot 4 of 12 from the field, which is about 30%, if my math is correct. He took 4 3-pointers, missed all 4 of them.
I was saying he was taking some threes because they were leaving him open.
Yes.
They were daring him to shoot. He can hit those, and he will hit those, but it was off from behind the arc for everybody. Nebraska.
It was. And I think that's understandable because you expected it to go down at some point. Like you didn't expect them to shoot 41%,
except for CJ Wilcher. He was 3 for 3 to start.
like they did in previous games. So once again, Rink Mass though, big thing for Rink Mass, and we're gonna see this value in number 51, the Bradley transfer going forward. His rebounding. I mean, he had the what was it, 16 or 10 points, 16 rebounds at one point last night. Now he has. That was not last night. That was the previous game. But last night he finishes the game with 12 points and 13 boards, 11 of those boards coming on the defensive glass. And that's something that Nebraska's going to need. Like Nebraska, they're extremely long, and having 2 guys in Rink Mass and Josiah Alec who move relatively well for guys their size, you're going to need them to be able to attack the boards when it comes to Big Ten play. When they're facing off against Purdue and Michigan State and Michigan, who looked really good last night despite not having Hunter Dickinson this year after he transferred to Kansas. Nebraska's going to have to, that's been a big bugaboo for Nebraska the last couple of years. Derek Walker did a lot for Nebraska, but you can't ask Derek Walker to do every single thing for you every single night.
Yeah.
And then also, while he is undersized a tad, just go out and compete against two Big Ten type of bodies. This year, it feels like Nebraska might have two in Rink Mass and Josiah Alec, who you feel pretty good about.
Yeah, I mean, those two right now, when you get to Big Ten play, in previous years, you would have Derek Walker, who was undersized for his position, and then you would have a Blaze Keita, who, although he is a big body, didn't move as well as Rink Master or Josiah Alec do. So in order to get those rebounds, he'd have to be in perfect position in order to get that. And sometimes it just wouldn't work out for Nebraska. Right now with those two, with the athleticism that Josiah Alec shows, with the footwork that both of them show, having two big guys in there at the same time is going to up Nebraska's rebounding chances when they do enter Big Ten play. And you're seeing it right now in these first 3 games of the season that Nebraska is doing really well on the rebounding side of things. And that's kind of something that Nebraska has struggled with in years past. And a big reason why a lot of those games went by the wayside and went the way that they did was because Nebraska, even if the opposing team would miss a shot, they just couldn't get the ball back and they'd give up an offensive rebound, or they would miss a shot and they wouldn't have any offensive rebounds. They'd have very few offensive rebounds throughout entire games. So now with those two, with the way that Josiah Alec hustles, and again, with the way that Rink Mass, positions himself under the board and is just kind of bigger and stronger than some of the guys he's facing right now, that's going to go a long way for Nebraska in the rebounding category. No, he's not going to, out-muscle a Zach Edey or some of the other bigs in the Big Ten, but he is going to offer not only the strength of some of Nebraska's previous bigs, but the smarts and the scoring ability to kind of get other teams, get those bigs out of position to get those rebounds. His ability to stretch the court and get out behind the three-point arc is going to have a player like Zach Edey not necessarily in the perfect position to grab a board.
It was, a couple of things last night as well. You had Keisei Tominaga, who at times felt like he was just trying to get back into the rhythm of things. And Fred talked about that last night after the game, is that, listen, they're not concerned in the slightest about Keisei Tominaga returning and him shooting 3 of 11 from beyond the arc. He was 1 for 9 at one point and then ended up hitting his next 2 in a row, which was, good to see. But Keisei, in just 22 minutes of game time, was 3 of 13 from the field and 3 for 11, I should say, from beyond the arc. A guy that was a bright spot, and Rico mentioned him, CJ Wilcher, off the bench. And there was kind of the curiosity of lineup combinations with Keisei returning. Do they sit Jamarcus Lawrence and bring Jamarcus off the bench? Do they bring CJ Wilcher off the bench? Where do they go? They chose to take CJ Wilcher from off the bench, and it worked out really, really well last night. CJ Wilcher is a guy that's had a really strong start to the year. He played 23 minutes last night for the Huskers. In the plus-minus category, Nebraska was plus 13. When CJ Wilcher was on the floor, he finishes shooting 50% from the field, 3 of 5 from beyond the arc, and hit 2 of his free throws, added 5 boards. He did turn over the rock 3 times. He loves to do the spin move, and after it worked one time, he tried it 2 more times. And give credit to Ryder. That defense was kind of suffocating Nebraska at times, and they forced a decent amount of turnovers. And as we got on the text line, that number, by the way, 402-464-5685, Elise's dad said a huge turnover problem last night was passing up open shots and trying to make another pass. You did see that, where it was almost too unselfish.
Yeah.
It was almost too unselfish.
You don't see that very
for
often.
Nebraska. And that's just, I would assume, just playing together, continuing to figure out and also get into a rhythm. Like there were times when Rink Mass probably should have passed up a 3 or vice versa and did the other thing. Keisei, you actually saw it for a while there when he was in his dry spell last night. He was passing up shots that normally you would see Keisei fire from wherever. And those were times in in January, he's throwing it up from the logo, and Austin looked at me and was like, hey, in January, he's taking that shot.
He's taking that and he's hitting it.
And he's hitting it. And so that's where Nebraska basketball is kind of at right now.
It's one of those passing up a good shot for a great shot, but they weren't realizing that them getting that pass from whoever, they were the great shot.
And they're still not at full strength either. So I think that's important, and there's value in remembering that, right?
Jamarcus is still running the show, and that might be a reason for his slow start so far.
Yeah, Jamarcus is running at point. You would expect like a Ramel Lloyd Jr. whenever he gets healthy, or ready to go again, he'll slide into that point guard position. You feel pretty good about him. There was even uncharacteristic, shots from like Sam Hoiberg at a time last night that you just don't necessarily see. And I think it might be just guys trying to get into a rhythm. Not a whole lot of concern, because at the end of the day, Nebraska, here's the thing. There was that nervous energy in PBA last night.
Ryder brought it to within one.
Whether it was between us media members, where we were saying, listen, like, they can't, looking ahead, Nebraska needs to be a 6-1 or a 7-0 team ahead of that Creighton game on December 3rd. Like, they need to be. They need to number one, to draw a lot of fans to the arena, right? Which they'll do it no matter what, but the energy will be a lot better.
You need that energy.
If you're at a really good record and you haven't lost to a Ryder or a Duquesne, right? You could also argue that Nebraska, as they have Stony Brook tomorrow night. Stony Brook just lost to Duquesne, who comes to Lincoln next week, because they're kind of playing this thing called the Cornhusker Classic, which is kind of just a round robin type of thing. But Nebraska faces Stony Brook tomorrow, who just lost by, I think, 22, 85-63, if I remember correctly, to Duquesne last night. They'll face then Oregon State on Saturday in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, in a neutral site game, and then they'll face Duquesne next week. Nebraska, I mean, they're going to have they should, and I'd expect them to win comfortably against Stony Brook. But then the next two are going to be a little more of a tougher test. You have Duquesne, and then obviously the Oregon State Beavers, which will be your first Power 5 game of the season.
See how healthy Nebraska can get. You were at the game, you went to the was there a reason, did Fred say that Eli Rice only played 3 minutes?
That was interesting. Eli Rice, he comes in, hits a corner three.
Yep.
I thought he had a pretty good defensive possession as well. Gets pulled, he's done after 3 minutes, and that is it. So, I mean, we talked about it yesterday, and Austin talked about it on his little pregame video that he did on the way to the stadium, on the way to the arena, I should say. Somebody's going to get their minutes reduced, and there's going to be a guy that kind of gets cut out more than others. And last night, I guess it was Eli Rice. We'll see if that's the case going forward. Especially once they get Juwan Gary back, once they get Ramel Lloyd Jr. back,
I wonder how the lineup's healthy look when Ramel and Juwan come back, because you would think that maybe if this happens, that Ramel would start at point, Juwan would slide into the 3. If you want to keep Casey in at the 2.
Casey,
and then
Rink and
Josiah and Rink are your 4 and your 5. So then you'd have Jamarcus coming off the bench, CJ coming off the bench.
You have Boogie, obviously, Jerron Coleman. You have
Bryce Williams.
So
Hoiberg.
Yeah, like there's just not a lot of room there's not a lot of room, unfortunately, for like a guy like Eli Rice right now in a substantial role.
Yeah. If you do get in, if you're any of those players, if there is foul trouble and you do end up getting in the game or whatever happens, and you see more minutes, you're going to have to make them count, because you never know how long you're going to be in, which is a good problem to have for Nebraska, as opposed to not having enough people to bring in. Now having this amount of players who you have confidence in when they're in the game. This is a good problem to have.
It would be interesting, like, once they do get Ramel into the rotation, once they do bring in Juwan, like, we're gonna find out, unfortunately, if for whatever reason Ramel's injury is longer than expected, how valuable like Sam Griesel was to this team last year. Not only in experience, but just having a true ball handler. Up at the top, we just got done talking about Jamarcus Lawrence and him, being the designated point guard, I guess.
It's not to say he can't do it. It's just not. And this is just us speaking on ourselves. I don't think it's natural for him. I could be wrong,
but that's not the. But I'm saying what I'm getting at is that it's not a Sam Griesel back there who's primarily a ball distributor, right? So we'll see as it goes forward. Nebraska, though, fortunately enough, doesn't have a real difficult test until that December 3rd game against the Creighton Blue Jays. And I think there's a lot of fans, and myself included, that expects them to be 6-1, 7-0 going into that match against the Blue Jays at Pinnacle Bank Arena. All right, let's take our final timeout. When we come back, we'll be joined by Austin and Strick as we get you ready for On the Block with those two. And we'll talk about the game last night, talk about Jimbo Fisher, and a couple other things that are just kind of on my mind right now as we bring in Strick and Austin right after this on the Happy Hour.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day long wherever you are. More of the Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and the holiday season is upon us. And wow, do we have some really awesome incentives to share with you. Right now at Koppel, we're offering 0.9% interest rates or $6,000 off select Chevrolet and GMC models. Yes, you heard right. 0.9% or $6,000 off select new models. In addition, Costco customers can get special incentives for this entire month. So please take that short money-saving drive down 144th Street or check us out at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All offers include trade-in bonus with approved credit.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive. Always honest answers.
Whether you're booking a trip to Lincoln for a football game or a volleyball weekend, the Scarlet Hotel at Innovation Campus is the place for you. The Scarlet Hotel is special on many levels, from the delicious Well and Good restaurant on the main floor to the coolest rooftop patio bar in Lincoln, the Barred Owl, on the top floor of the hotel with great views of the city and one of the coolest drink menus. Book your stay or book a staycation today at scarlethotelnebraska.com.
This is Rick Heyman, president of Sartor Heyman Jewelers. My father, Don, always insisted that Sartor Heyman never compromise. Not on quality, not on value, and not on customer service. For that reason, you can be sure that every item of jewelry you purchase from Sartor Heyman is the very best, no matter how small or how large. When it comes to jewelry, if we don't have it, you don't want it. Sartor Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island, and SartorHeyman.com.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Is your backyard ready for fun with friends and family this fall? GE Landscape Supply has pavers and boulders, which are a great accent for any landscaping project. And you can find them at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere, nearby or far away. Stop by at 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Go to GELandscapeSupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
It takes a great game plan to win a football game each week, and right now, it's time to plan a trip to get a new car at Mullen Motors. Just like on the football field, there's a wall of defense on the way to Mullen Motors. 48th Street is under construction from Layton all the way to Cornhusker Highway. But the lot at Mullen Motors is full of tons of great vehicles to drive home this fall for the ultimate touchdown. Mullen Motors, still open through road construction at 48th and Walker.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving. Go cardio crazy in our clean and spacious clubs, or get down with some dumbbells and strength equipment. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month. It's glow time. See Club for details.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show, powered by Sunbelt Rentals. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador, Select Plumbing, Jimmy John's, Lincoln Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits, Fleet Feet, Bure's Cheese Spread on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert.
I don't believe you people.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
What do you mean, you people? What do you mean, you people?
Sponsored by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into the show, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Oh, look who decided to join us.
Oh, wow. Okay, I guess we will have a crossover.
2 seconds left.
Ridiculous.
You guys were here playing football.
What is your problem?
You guys were here playing football. Not let Ian Austin, the partners, know. Don't be mad about the way we did you guys.
You're sitting
in the records last week.
You're sitting right over there. You
We
know
know
what
you're
we're
upset,
doing.
huh, Austin?
We were handling business. We were taking care of our show.
Handling business.
Yeah, we're doing the best we can.
I'm not
we're here
mad at
now.
you. I'm mad at
We're here
you.
now.
Good to see you, Stricky.
Ridiculous.
Austin, good to see you as always.
You too. Just a little false start on
I hate
the
Rico
Rico
on this
crew.
one. This is
Man, I'm tired of
unbelievable.
Rico.
Rico is always doing
I'm
this
just tired of Rico.
foolishness.
No, but
Welcome in to the Rico Show. Nobody else is invited. Nobody else is invited. It's just me.
you know the buttons to push.
I know the buttons now.
What's up, gentlemen? How's life treating you?
Life is going. This cactus cooler slaps.
Yes,
I am a fan.
Okay,
You need to find me
here's the thing.
some.
Here's
It's
the
really
thing.
good.
So shout out to
SoCal Tacos.
SoCal Tacos. They brought us lunch today. Also, Canopy Street Market also brought us some delicious
It's
food.
in back, Ricky.
See,
It's
I'm
in
not
back.
telling you
It's
what's
in the
going
back,
on
big
Friday.
fella.
I'm not going to tell you what's going on Friday.
I already know, Marion.
I know.
You
You can't come in.
Hey,
you can't have none.
Okay, I
I'm
can't
going to
come
tell
in.
Charles
Okay.
and everybody,
All right,
you
hold on.
can't have none.
I can't have any.
Hold on. Strict. They've been bringing tacos for like the last 3 weeks.
Oh. I forgive you, Nick.
Come on, Stricky. We good?
I'm gonna sit down now.
Anyway, so here's shout out because they brought the guy walks in and he goes, "Hey, so I got these cactus coolers. It's a West Coast drink, and I need you guys to figure out if you guys like them. If you do, then I'll bring them every week." And I was like, "Sweet." So I look at the thing and it says orange pineapple juice or orange pineapple. And I was like, "This sounds pretty good."
Mm-hmm.
You take a drink, you get the flavor of orange, and then the pineapple. It's incredible.
What's the sugar content?
Under public
You want to know
know.
what the sugar content is? Irrelevant.
A lot.
You got
I saw 150 calories.
Okay, you got 40 carbs, 40 grams of carbs, and 39 sugars. 14% of your daily allowance on a 2,000 calorie diet.
Hey, it's one.
But it's caffeine free, Stricky, so you're good.
Hey, it's caffeine free.
Yeah.
It's just a one-time thing.
Well, when I want
It's
my
lifestyle.
caffeine, I
Once-
just go over to the mill and get me a job.
It's
Could do that.
once a week. You get some tacos. You get some of that
Cactus
delicious cactus cooler, and you're good to go.
There you go.
Orange pineapple.
Yep.
See, guys like Austin can drink that, right? That does nothing for Austin and his build.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
It gets all up on Stricky, and I have to do extra
Straight
work
to
in the
thighs.
gym.
Straight to the
Yeah,
thighs.
man. Okay, what's going on?
Nothing much.
Be like that sometimes.
Nebraska basketball
Getting busy.
About them.
They I don't want to say escaped, but I mean, Austin, I told you during halftime last night, like at halftime, if you took away the scoreboard and the thing, the little jumbotron wasn't at PBA, like there's a way that you felt like, hey, Nebraska might be within, or they might be losing, or they might just be up by fewer than 3 points.
The saving grace was Nebraska going, I think, 7 of 19 from 3 in the first half. Maybe it was 7 of 21 at that point. But that saved Nebraska. They got some good looks there. But you could tell Nebraska was a little bothered by the length, by the athleticism, and by the pressure. They weren't catching the ball on their spots quite as much as they wanted to. And they didn't handle it well. I think in the second half, they took that step forward. A couple big shots from Keisei Tominaga that Strick and I will break down as part of our first official Teach Tape Tuesday.
Hello.
So stay tuned for that insight from the Husker Hall of Famer. But yeah, Nebraska, I don't say it was shell-shocked necessarily. Ryder didn't lead in that first half. So Nebraska kind of kept him at arm's length. But you could tell there's a growth after halftime. Nebraska handled it better.
Yeah, well,
they would have wilted in the past. That's something I would have.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
When a run like that happened.
And we kind of talked about is when Ryder got it to 1.
47-46 with 10 and a half to go.
Yeah, but then also when there was a time where in the second half, you started seeing Nebraska like pull away. Now, it helped out Ryder miss some shots, but it wasn't even that Nebraska was really shooting it all that well. It was just like kind of this thing where they put together a 7-0 run, and then it makes it 11, then it comes back down to 8, and then it's 14, and then it's 10, and then it's 12. Like you saw them, like you said, keep firmly in control to where it didn't look pretty. They didn't shoot the ball well, but they did enough to where still make it a comfortable victory.
Well, what they did is they executed.
Yeah.
Like they got into their stuff and they executed and they made the right type of plays. And even when they missed those shots, you knew it was the right play. And that's what you can appreciate about this team, right?
They were almost too unselfish at times.
Yeah, we got a text saying it was one of those where you pass up a good shot for a great shot, and somebody texted in saying they were passing up wide open shots to try and just keep the ball moving. And I said that it's one of those things where they didn't realize that the pass coming to them was the good shot to the great shot. And they're like, oh, let me one more pass, and then that'll be a good shot. And Ryder was just able to cover a lot of those.
Yeah, I mean, one of the other thing is you saw what this team potentially can be.
Yeah.
In that on a given night, it wasn't Bryce Williams last night.
Certainly not.
It was CJ that kind of sparked things and got it going. It wasn't even Keisei because, he shot the ball not very well. It wasn't even Rick Mast. It just kind of shifts
on the boards.
On the boards. But it just kind of shifts around, and I like that.
Sidebar, there is so much value in Rink Mast, the rebounder. Not even discussing the ability to shoot the ball from Rink Mast.
Border.
But
He's a space border.
There's a way where Nebraska could get if Nebraska gets 10 in the 10 to 16 rebounds every night from Rink Mast, you feel pretty good.
We've got
it's another double-double.
Yeah, you've got Rink Mast on the boards, and then Josiah Alec just diving on the floor for he calls like 3 jump balls last night. So those two are going to be very impactful, not only because they're big bodies on the inside, but just their ability to get to the ball.
If I can just jump off of what you were saying too, Strake, you said twice, Nebraska would have wilted in years past. And also you made another comment similarly. That's why you bring in this group of guys. They're veteran. This felt like a very late January to early February kind of doldrums slog of the regular season type of game. You played one of those early against a team picked to win its conference. Not on your level, but still picked to win a conference. Those teams beat teams in the NCAA tournament all the time. You gutted it out. You grinded through it. And I think that there's just a certain level of, despite still being amateurs, a certain professionalism these guys carry themselves with, that even when they're not all at their best, they just find a way to make the next play.
No question. And there's not a lot of roller coasters of emotions. It's really about just going in and getting the business done. I mean, you're going to see the emotions always out of Casey and guys like that,
Boogie Coleman.
Yeah, different times, but the emotions will come as a conference, but you can tell they're very focused on business, and that's handling that at home. I love that part of it. Take care of what you have in this stretch at home, and you can be looking at worst case, maybe a one loss going into a good game against Creighton. I think they'll be surprisingly better than what you think. Now, Creighton's defense is going to ratchet up. They'll get after you a little bit, but I think the way that this team handled the pressure was a little better than this early that I've seen of Husker teams of late.
The in college basketball, nationwide, Gavitt tip-off games are starting tonight, continuing tonight.
Iowa Creighton.
You have the State Farm Champions Classic between Duke and Michigan State tonight as well. Marquette travels to Champaign to face off against Illinois. Kentucky and Kansas play each other in the State Farm Champions Classic. And as Tricky said, the Iowa Hawkeyes against the Creighton Blue Jays. Creighton got one of the best transfers in all college basketball in Stephen Ashworth from Utah State. You don't think so?
He's solid. I think he's a good fit for that system, but he's got to prove it. So
he's similar to Baylor Shireman.
Similar to
Shireman. Not necessarily the player-wise, but I'm saying that kind of
take the jump up the level. Yeah. I think Ashworth and then Nick Timberlake at Kansas. Two very similar guys transferring up from the mid-major level. You can see their role. Again, I like the fit for Ashworth at Creighton. I think that's a good stylistic get for Greg McDermott. Hasn't played a whole lot of high major competition yet. So to me, it's still the Trey Alexander and Baylor Shireman show until further notice.
All right, well, there you go. Isaac Trout obviously is a name you can watch for the Creighton Blue Jays. Josiah Dotzler, the freshman, they're choosing not to redshirt him, the freshman out of Bellevue West. So
Mike Miller's kid.
Dotzler, yes, that's right. So, all right, gentlemen, what's coming up on the show today?
I mentioned Teach Tape Tuesday. That's a concept I want to get into throughout the basketball season. Got the Husker Hall of Famer right here, 9-year NBA vet. If there's a basketball play that stands out to Stricky,
send it.
I want him to break it down, different elements of it. So
tell him where to send it.
Yes, send him to eStrick20 on Twitter or at Austin_Orman. Let us know. We'll play it like that. Or if you have a play, text it to the text line. We can pull it up right there and go through it. We'll make sure it gets tweeted out and posted so you're watching the same thing that we are, and you can see it through Strick's eyes. We will talk some college football coaching carousel. Jimbo out. Brady Hoke out at San Diego State might be a big one for Nebraska fans to keep an eye on as well.
Arnett is interesting to me, too.
Once again, tonight in Maction, my boy DeQuan Finn going to work against Bowling Green. Toledo kicks off 6 p.m. Watch DeQuan Finn.
Careful now.
We'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
Adios.
Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness specialize in getting rid of people's pain quickly and permanently. For 31 years, they've been extremely successful with advanced techniques in pain relief using spinal adjustments and decompression, detoxification, diet and lifestyle modification, and more. They are fully equipped to handle the most seasonal athlete, weekend warrior, car accidents,